Hey guys, thanks so much for stopping by. So today we're going to be talking about hand wraps, and this is for like an equipment for what you use for boxing. Is it just boxing?
Yes, that is preferred.
And
yes.
My husband is here again to demonstrate because he is the one that uses this all the time. I don't. So we're doing a comparison of 3 different brands of wraps. First, I'm going to mention Hypnotik. So these are all 180-inch long. So what we have here for the Hypnotik, it comes in black and red. It's called Hypnotik Nylon Mexican Style Hand Wraps, 180-inch long. And it says here, the Hypnotik Nylon Mexican Style Hand Wraps are proof that not all hand wraps are created equal. Features the classic Hypnotik logo, superior hand protection, and bio-alignment. Ultra soft design with 100% optimal elasticity, superior breathability, and unmatched comfort. 2-inch by 180-inch length wraps, maximum performance grade materials imported. They only sell this in 180 length, and because the other companies that we're going to talk about actually sell them in other lengths as well. So next I'm going to talk about the Revgear. So the Revgear, which one's the Revgear?
Black.
So this is the Revgear, and they really look the same to me. So the Revgear also comes in 2-inch width and 180 length. It has a lot more options in color. The Hypnotik only came in black or red. This one has 13 colors. So that's like, for someone like me, I will like that. It says the best wraps, sorry, I'm dyslexic, made in the world today, used by many of today's top combat sports stars. Perfect for boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, or any combat sport where hand protection is essential. The best hand wraps in the world. Okay. Let's see. This comes in a 120 as well as a 200, and we're just going to be focusing on the 180 because that's what he preferred to use, and that's what he likes to use. The last one we're going to mention is Everlast. And again, this comes with a 120. This actually comes with a 108 inches. That's kind of a weird number. 108 inches, 120, 180, and oh, they don't have a 200. Okay, so this comes in 6 colors. Not a lot of colors compared to Revgear, but, you know, for someone like him, I don't think he cares. Okay, so 180 inches of polyester/nylon blend material provide breathable comfort and safety while training. Thumb strap ensures ease of use with a hook and loop closure for a secure fit. Everfresh antimicrobial treatment fights offensive odors and bacterial growth, keeping your products safe and smelling fresh. Care instructions: machine wash. And that's it. That is it. Okay, so which brand are you talking about first?
We can start with Hypnotik.
And are you doing your experience and pros and cons, or what are we doing?
Yeah, so Hypnotik, on my opinion, is probably the lowest of the 3. I only use this when everything else is.
Okay, so you were saying?
So we'll go with Hypnotik first. Hypnotik has the thick Velcro, which is always good. 180 inch long. It hasn't ripped yet, so that's good.
How long have you had this?
Hypnotik, I think I got this one maybe about a year ago.
A year ago.
That's a guess. I do not remember.
How often do you use it? In a week or a month?
This one I'll probably use maybe once or twice a month.
So for over a year, you've only probably used it, what, 1 to 2 times a month?
Yeah, maybe less than 20 times total on this one.
Okay, and
then we'll go Everlast. I've had this one, oh man, at least 7-8 years, maybe longer. I use this one maybe 2 to 3 times a week is a guess, because I don't plan out my wraps that. Just pretty much grab
so
what's
you
there.
Just don't organize it. You just
I just kind of grab whatever's clean. But this one I've had for a very long time, and the Velcro on it is a little bit smaller. If I can find it. So the other one is, you saw you had a really thick Velcro. This is a kind of a skinnier Velcro to it.
So that's the difference right there, Velcro to Velcro. So the length is the same, but the width is definitely just half of it.
Yeah.
And is it able to, I mean, does it unravel while you're using it with the thinner Velcro, or?
No, it doesn't unravel, but you definitely can't get it, you can't get that pull as tight, so.
Okay.
But it doesn't come apart.
Okay, so Revgear.
Revgear, 180 inch, again. Now this one has, it's probably, the Velcro is probably as thick, if not thicker than the Hypnotik. If it's not thicker, it's definitely close.
Well, let's see. Oh, this is the wrong side. Of course, it's just gonna happen that way. Oh.
No, you had the right side.
Oh, did I?
There you go.
Oh, okay. I got that wrong. Okay, so.
Yeah, it's a little bit thicker, not by much, but.
It's because of the design, and it's a little longer. I would say half an inch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the design of it, so it's not a big difference compared to the Everlast.
Yeah, and the loop.
So this has the thickest though.
Yeah, and the loop on this one where you put your thumb in to start.
And all of them have a loop, right?
Yeah, all of them have a loop, but the Revgear loops are like double stitched, and they're definitely, they just seem to be stronger. None of them have come apart on me, but that one just appears to be.
And how long have you had the Revgear?
This Revgear maybe 3 years, and I have another one that I've had around 5 to 7 years, and the other one's just as fine as this one.
Okay, and how often do you use that?
This the Revgear I use the most, but I do also have the most of those. Revgear I would use maybe, you know, three times a week, 4 times a week, depending on, you know, if it's clean or not. Definitely my go-to brand.
Okay, so if we do pros and cons for now, and we are going to rate that after that, what would be the pros and cons? Since you already have the Revgear there, what would be pros and cons
for the Revgear? The Velcro strap, really thick, and it's also, I don't know if it's a different material, but you can really squeeze this one tight and get the wrist real tight. This one doesn't move, and you could get it, pull on it as tight as you want. Some of them, you know, they'll get a little separation like this one does, but I do pull it probably harder than you should. That's probably my favorite pro. Like
is that common practice though, that people want to make it really tight?
Yes, you definitely want that wrist to be as tight as you can.
So the equipment should be able to handle that.
Yeah. The double stitching on the thumb, I do like that. Haven't had a problem with the other ones yet, but I do like that. One of the cons I would say with the Revgear is it kind of, we call it baconing, or that's what I call it, some of the people at the gym. The material kind of folds up a little, looks like a little bit of bacon. Even when you're not using it. That's due to, here's another part where it kind of crinkles up a little. That's due to when you put it through the fingers and you're wrapping it real tight, and it gets used to that because you're putting it through the fingers at the same spot every time, and after
obviously I don't iron that, and obviously he doesn't iron that, and nobody in their right mind that does this would iron it, correct?
Nobody I know.
Okay. I just want to put it out there that no one in their right mind would actually.
Yeah, so that would be my only downfall for the Revgear. Although, despite that, still my go-to brand. We'll go next, Everlast. Everlast is probably the one that I'll grab second. If all the Revgears are dirty, this is the one I'm grabbing. The Velcro is a little, like we said, it's a little smaller. You can't get it quite as tight.
The Velcro is smaller, but the width and the length is the same.
Correct. The thing that I do like about Everlast, it really doesn't get that bacon stuff. It
has a little curl, but not as heavy as that one.
Not as heavy as the other one. And I've used this one pretty long. It has it, but definitely not as bad. So that's the good thing about Everlast. I guess that's why they call it Everlast. But
was this supposed to be like pun intended?
Possibly. As you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but this is the difference in the thumb stitching on the Everlast. Like I said, hasn't ripped yet, but if you just look at it, you could tell that this one doesn't quite look.
But that is their design, though.
That is their design.
I mean, this looks pretty good. I mean, to me,
5 years and, you know, using...
This does definitely look like it is like industrialized stitching, and versus this one. However, this looks like it's pristine.
Yeah, it hasn't ripped yet.
It's their design. This is their design, and obviously they can't mimic every single design because then they'll get a lawsuit. But so far, it seems to work, and this one is 7 years old, right?
Yeah, around
7 years old, and the stitching looks pretty perfect to me. I mean, I'm not a seamstress or anything, but that looks pretty good. So, just so you know, if you're wanting to buy these, and you know, it's whatever investment you want to use. So, and then Hypnotik.
And then Hypnotik. The only time I use Hypnotik, and the only reason I got Hypnotik, I forgot what kind of gloves they were, but I bought some kind of gloves online somewhere.
Oh, weren't they free?
These hand wraps were free.
Yeah, I remember
I never
that.
purchased these. I will never purchase these. The thumb loop, not bad. It's not ripping. It does have a little bit of fray here.
That's a pretty bad fray right there. So.
And I'm gonna even let you do it.
Thread.
So you don't know a whole lot about this stuff.
No.
Look at how the baconing on this one is. Pull it all the way through, like. Even
Not
like,
just the baconing, but this is really hard to utilize because it keeps folding on itself on the wood wise. It looks really difficult to use. And
now think about trying to lay that flat on your hand.
Okay, so this is going to be really time consuming.
Yeah,
I would assume. But you know, the good side is it was free.
It was free. Yeah, I would definitely not pay for this. And I only use this when the other ones are dirty.
And you're supposed to put it that way and then just...
Yeah, but that's supposed to be flat. Now spend the time getting it flat.
So it is more time consuming and you're wasting all that time just doing that. I can see that very frustrating. Okay, so we're going to rate this. And 1 to 5 stars. 5 would be the highest. And... Go ahead. Since you have Hypnotik, what would you rate that 1 to 5 stars?
1 to 5?
And if you recommend it, yes or no?
No, I would give it a 1.
You'd give it a 1, okay.
I would never use it unless the other ones are dirty. If the other ones are dirty, this is what I have to use if I forget to do laundry, or if she forgets to do laundry. Thank you. But it just takes too long. The only good thing about this then is the Velcro. Outside of the Velcro...
So that's the only upside, essentially. Anything else, there's nothing good about it? Okay.
I don't like the time it takes to wrap with this one.
Okay, next.
Next would be Everlast. Everlast would be my middle, but it's not a real middle. It's still a good middle. I'd give Everlast a 4. I mean, it's lasted me, 5+ years.
You said
around
7, and no, it's
5 to 7.
You said middle, and it's
We're guessing. I don't remember.
I just want to clarify because
remember the day that I bought it 5 years ago.
I'm just kind of clarifying because if I'm watching this and then I hear something like middle, and then 1 to 5, middle would be 3.
Middle
but then
out
you
of the
say
3.
4.
No, I mean.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Middle
clarify.
out of the 3. This is a good 4.
That's not bad. 4 is pretty good. 4 is a good rating.
Even if you've been in the sport a while, Everlast is not a bad brand.
They're a pretty good company though, because they're a pretty big company. I meant to say I don't know anything about the company, but they're pretty big because I see them in TV.
The only gripe I have with Everlast, if they would fix this issue to make this thicker, easily a 5.
The
Velcro. If they were to make the Velcro as big as
wider, you mean?
If you make that Velcro wider, that's the 5. That's
the only qualm you have.
That's the only problem I have.
Okay. And
my best one that I like is the Revgear. I like the stitching on the thumb, even though it might just be in my head. I like the way it looks. I like the way it feels. It feels strong to me. Whether or not that's real or not, it feels strong to me.
So you don't really know if it's an actual issue or just psychological, and you're just...
I do not, but... I like the Velcro that it's thick, and the only downside that I do have with the Revgear isn't really a downside to me because it only crinkles in the same spot that I use every time. So I don't really have to lay it flat.
Every time for where your fingers are.
Where the fingers go through the middle. So it's not really that big of a deal.
And how many stars?
I'd give this one 4.5.
4.5.
4.5.
So there's not really a big gap from Everlast to Revgear.
If you go Everlast, if you go Revgear, either one, you're getting a good product.
Because it's only half a star.
Yeah. And the only reason they're getting that extra half a star
is because it's thicker?
Is because of this thick one.
So the performance is the same.
Once you get that on, yeah. But I do like having that real tight feel on the wrist. If I could get that with Everlast, I'll take Everlast every day.
So if somebody is on their way to purchase new wraps and either they've only tried one of the brands or one of the products or they've never tried any of them, which one would you recommend the best?
I would recommend Revgear just because overall, once you start hitting the bag hard, if you do start hitting the bag hard, you're going to want to pull that Velcro tight. So you're going to want that extra tension on your wrist.
Okay.
So I would go with Everlast, or I would go with Revgear. If you go with Everlast, still getting a good product.
Okay, but this is the highest recommended, and then Everlast, and then would you ever recommend Hypnotik?
Not unless I didn't like the person.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, okay, so if you guys have any questions, suggestions, anything that if I don't try it, if I'm not capable of trying it, he would be willing to try it for sure. Like things like this, like workout equipment and I don't know what else. But so if you guys want to chit chat with us, you have any questions, comments, suggestions, anything, just even want to say hello, let me know down below. And then I always love hearing from you guys all the time. So thank you so much for stopping by, and we'll see you again next time, or I'll see you again next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching my video. Please hit the like button, subscribe button, and the bell so you'll be notified whenever I do upload a new video. Don't forget to expand the description box because as much as possible, I always try to get coupons for you guys, discount codes, and other goodies like that. I also have my Twitter information, Instagram, Snapchat, and for business inquiries, I have my email there as well. Thank you guys, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.